The governor's energy legislation is up for debate today.
Lawmakers in both the House and Senate committees heard the bill, which could give you another $40 rebate.
But as Fox 45's Jessica Babb is breaking down what it means for you.
In the Senate committee, there were over 100 people signed up to speak on the bill. And while Governor Wes Moore says this proposal will help lower your energy bills, others are pushing back, saying it doesn't go far enough. Sitting before lawmakers in Annapolis, the governor's plan to tackle the state's energy crisis is front and center.
Marylanders are frustrated, and rightfully so.
While the governor wasn't there due to something coming up, a panel of speakers presented the bill.
This bill, the Lower Bills and Local Power Act, is the best route in our minds to address Maryland's affordability and reliability issues that align with Maryland's energy and climate goals.
The plan calls for several things. It establishes a program to provide funding for certain clean energy projects, requires utilities to participate in regional transmission organizations like PJM without charging ratepayers. The bill also looks into siting transmission and battery storage projects within existing rights-of-ways and puts a focus on enhancing the grid.
Demand increases. Building new infrastructure, especially on transmission lines, rapidly increases ratepayer costs, and it can exacerbate siting challenges. What this bill does is it requires utilities to first prioritize advanced transmission technologies.
The legislation also includes another energy rebate that could put another $40 in your pocket.
This is going to be an average of $40 a year for ratepayers, which is, quite frankly, nowhere near enough to help my constituents.
But some are pushing back on this, especially since the money for the rebates is coming from an energy fund, which is funded by utilities and power plants.
It ends up coming from the ratepayers' pockets. So it's kind of a circle there.
Senator Jason Gallion, during the hearing, he pointed to Pennsylvania, which just pulled out of the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, and he mentioned the Empower charge, two things Republican lawmakers have introduced legislation to reform.
How can you justify the $40 for a year when there are other options that could save people probably at least that much every month?
We continue to work through options on those rebate dollars to look at ways we can use that on Empower as well, because I think that is an issue we're aware of and working through.
Even some Democrats like Senator Cheryl Kagan have voiced concerns. She pushed back on the rebate last year.
But isn't there some way that we could make this targeted to folks who need it, would notice it, would appreciate it, and not to wealthy customers who are not going to pay any attention to a modest election year ploy?
I think that's strong language. Understand the concern, and it's not, you're not the first to voice it. I think obviously that anytime we start to target stuff, there's processes we got to work through to get us there. I think the important thing for me to say to you, Madam Vice Chair, is broadly speaking, we're really open to working with the committee in both chambers.
While the fiscal note says as a whole, the bill's provisions appear likely to reduce electricity rates, it's not clear how much it will actually help.
A lot of people will say that that's kind of a short-term solution, and it's not fixing the underlying problem. So can you speak a little bit more about what this does rather than a relatively small one-time credit, what it does in the medium and long term?
In the medium term and moving into the longer term, really approaches the auction proposal that we have for solar, where we can get the most ready projects built quickly.
Now, during the hearing, we also heard from the panel pointing the finger at PJM, the regional grid operator, arguing that they've been dropping the ball, so to speak, when it comes to getting new generation connected to the grid. But in previous hearings, we've heard from officials at PJM also saying that the state bears responsibility for putting policies in place that welcome more generation. In Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.